Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I am here with part 2 of a video with my good friend Livy Lynn. I'm visiting her this week and I'm super excited. We've had so much fun, but we wanted to create some content for you today. And so the first half of this video is over on her channel. The link will be in the description. But we're talking about what authors wish their readers knew. So if you're a reader or you enjoy reading books of any kind.
Yeah, not even our books, just anyone's books.
You would definitely enjoy this video and you might get a little bit of insight into how our brains work. Yeah. So, again, first two points are over on her channel, so make sure you go watch it because there's a pretty funny skit with it. I'm just saying. The first point over on my channel today is going to be that we don't have any money. We're pretty broke when it comes to books, and something that a lot of people don't understand is that publishing books cost a lot of money. When you break it all down, there are, yes, we can write for free, obviously write our own books for free, but then if you want to put any professional sort of appearance on it, cover design, editing, even like publishing and marketing, a lot of those things cost a lot of money and upfront cost, and it's not cheap. And we don't make as much money off of our books as you would think we do.
Yeah, and it's not even self-published authors. I mean, we see this all the time in traditional publishing. It's a tough business, you guys. Like, I think it's kind of cool, like, as authors, the more you learn about how the business works and just how everything happens, and you learn that it really is, like, as creatives, we just want to focus on the creative, and we're like, let's just write and throw pixie dust everywhere and just give our books to everybody all the time and give away all the art copies and just woo! And we're super excited about it. But as your time goes on and then you start releasing books and then you realize, oh my gosh, this is costing me money. This is costing me a lot of money.
And it's not even just that we pay the money and get it back. Like, it's not even an investment at this point. I would probably think it'd be totally truthful to say that both of us.
In the hole.
Yeah, a lot of money has been invested that I have not made back at all.
Right, exactly, because like we want to create the absolute best product we possibly can. And so oftentimes like indie publishing gets a bad rep because it's like, oh, the products aren't that great. And so we try to create like incredible products like you would find at a bookstore. It's just super high quality stuff. And so when you have that as your goal and you have excellence as your standard, you just it's a little bit different. And so oftentimes I think something that we've sort of found is that a lot of readers just don't ever think about that, and they just are always asking, can I get a free book? Can I get the art copy? Can I get, the most discounted rate? Can I get it when it's free on Amazon? And like all these things that, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that for like certain things, and like when we're doing promos and we're inviting you into it and we're like, hey, do you want a free copy? And of course that's all fun, but oftentimes I'll just get emails of people asking for my book, and it's just sort of like, well, it's
you wouldn't walk up to someone and ask them for one of their paintings for free, or you wouldn't walk up to someone and ask, or a bakery and ask to eat a donut for free. Like, it just doesn't work that way.
It's a business. Like, for us, we absolutely love it, and we just, if we could, we wouldn't ever think about the business. We would always focus on the creative side, but it's like, it's still a business, and it still costs money. And so even like right now at the time of filming this video, I've been doing a fundraiser for my book, which is going to release, and people have been so incredible and understanding to give toward the project, which has been amazing, because like a lot of you get it. You understand that it's like, when you're doing things out of your own time, out of your own pocket, to have you guys come along and support is so awesome. And so like Victoria just started a Patreon so that she can have people come along and support her and her projects. And so I think we kind of wanted to make this video just to talk about like the reality of it, because I know like before I was a writer, I never thought about like the business or how much it would cost or how authors even made a living. And so I think it's really cool because we see this like in the music industry too. Like artists will, just remind people like, hey, like don't just steal our music, like make sure you go buy it and things like that. And so I think it's just important to like remember these things, and like if you get free copies of books, like just passing them around to all your friends. It's like, just like keep those things in mind. Like, I mean, not that anyone's going to come after you for like piracy or anything, but it's like, it's the same thing with the music, just like respecting it and understanding that like you can really, what I always like to say is you are voting for what you want to see in the world. Like if you want a certain kind of entertainment, spend your money on it. Like every time you go to a movie, every time you buy a book, every time you listen to music, buy music, like you're putting
casting
your
vote for that.
You're saying what kind of world you want to live in. And so a lot of times we spend money on things that are absolute garbage that we probably shouldn't be putting our vote towards. And so I think that when you see something that someone's doing that you really want to support and come along behind, you're like, yes, I can like put money towards this. And it doesn't even have to be a lot of money. It's just like if you buy one book a year, you're like, yes, I like voted for this kind of content that I want to get. And so I think that's a really cool way that readers can like be involved with the whole creative process.
Absolutely.
Lord, we just thank you so much for this food. We thank you for your provision in our life and for the creativity that you've given us to be able to produce the wealth of our hands. And we just thank you for it. In Jesus' name, amen. You can't eat books, can you?
I didn't think of that.
We're actually going to need like money to get food and live.
All right, so something else that we thought would be good for readers to be aware of is the whole review thing. I've kind of talked about this before, and you can find my video on proper review etiquette in the description below.
So like, what's actually the purpose of a review?
So the purpose of a review is more to let the people in your sphere of influence, like people that follow you, who probably enjoy reading the same things that you do.
Like the same sort of genre.
To let them know whether it's worth reading or not. I think is probably a good way to describe it.
Okay, and to your best like ability to like share your experience of it, so that you can let people know, just that sort of thing. Yeah.
But reviews get a little on the crazy side of things.
They do.
And it's not just anymore about like sharing, hey, this book's a great book, it was an enjoyable read or not. People get really
Detailed,
detailed,
intense,
and yeah,
feisty,
opinionated.
all the above.
Rude.
Rude.
So we have a couple of instances that we thought we would share with you. A lot of times these reviews have made us laugh, but at the same
We
time,
had a lot of laughter from our
yes.
reviews.
So it's enjoyable in that way.
Yes.
But just to kind of give you an idea of how, can I say ridiculous?
But let's say ridiculous. We're saying everything. We're just putting it all out there. We're being real. This
Being
is a real
totally
video,
honest with
guys.
you right
This
now.
is. We've talked about making a video like this for a very long time, and we're actually doing it. So we're just.
This is the
going
real
for it.
us. This is what we actually think.
It's what we really look like too. So I think it's super fun because I've only published a handful of books. I've like 4, 5, I don't know, a couple books anyway. And I just love the span of the feedback I've gotten. You know, sometimes.
And that's what's crazy about reviews, because you can get completely conflicting
Oh, for
opinions
sure.
all the time.
Yes,
so
and
it's
that's
never
what's so
like,
fun about it. It's like sometimes the character is too tense, sometimes the character is too carefree, sometimes the character falls in love too fast, sometimes the character...
We're talking about the same character.
Yeah. It's like all this conflicting information about one thing that you wrote. So it's like, especially, and this is great advice for like new readers, if you're just starting to publish a book or something, don't take people's reviews and responses too seriously, because you will have people tell you to change. One person will love something about this character and another person will hate it. And so you don't want to go around constantly changing, trying to like conform to what people think your character should be, because your character is your character. And if people don't like your character, sometimes there's a reason. Like, I laugh so hard because I have a specific character,
gosh,
Princess Bridget. She's in the coronation, and people are like, I can't stand Bridget. She's so annoying. I'm taking off a star for that because she's annoying. And I'm like, you guys, that's actually the way that I wrote her. Like, that's what she was supposed to be. And so sometimes people complain about character development and there not being enough of it, or they're too immature, or these different changes
And
that
let's
they
be
have
honest,
trouble
I've
with.
had this a lot, because with one of my characters in London in the Dark, he is super moody, super annoying, like kind of rude.
And he's
but
supposed to be
he's
like
supposed
that.
to be like that. Like, and people,
not
and
supposed to be
I had a really good point earlier today. We were talking about this, and I was like, and people are like, he's just not a nice character, I don't like him. And I'm like, if all characters were good characters, there would be no villains, and therefore there would be no stories, and therefore there would be no plots.
Yeah, it'd be really boring.
So you can't like every character.
Yeah, so, you know, sometimes you hear that the character is too sweet, sometimes she's too sassy, sometimes she's too strong-willed, sometimes she's too quiet, and that's real life, you guys. We, like, write about real people and real things, and so it's like, it's just real. So my favorite kind of review is the one that starts with, warning, there are typos in this book. And whoever edited it must not have done a good job. That one cracks me up so much because, you guys, we edit our books so thoroughly. They go through rounds and rounds and rounds of editing.
Editors to do
Multiple
it. Like
editors.
Professional editors, not just
our friend from
No.
backwoods Idaho, like, you know, we like, yeah. And so to have that come up, you know, like we find typos in traditionally published books all the time. And it's
such a double standard because nobody ever comments on, you know, a traditionally published book and is like, oh, I found typos.
Yeah, and so typos are just part of life, and so it's just, those are like my favorite. Those make me laugh the most, like, especially if you really enjoyed the book, and they just are like glowing reviews, they loved it, but they start out with, there are typos, and then they're like, I loved it, and it's like, well, you could maybe add that at the end and let, you know, I mean, if you want to, I don't know.
If you feel the need to.
Yeah, because, I don't know. For me, I feel like a lot of times reviews are about what I think reviews should be about, is about the actual story, like the heart of the story, and sometimes
and like how the book made you feel, or like what,
not psychoanalyzing every single
detail,
whether you like this person or didn't like that person, or, and that I feel like is a different sort of thing. That's like for your blog. That's like for if you just want to go into all this detail, but just like general Amazon, right? When you're having a face-to-face discussion with your best friend, you can dive into all these things. But like for your general Amazon reviews and Goodreads reviews, some of that stuff just isn't necessary. Like, people just want to know, am I going to possibly enjoy this or not, and what it might be worth my $10 or whatever that I'm going to spend.
And review tip, more people are going to be read your review if they're a little bit shorter than if they're long. Nobody's going to read a 10-page review.
Yeah, and so that's an encouragement too. Like in the back of our books, when we're like, leave a review, we don't mean like psychoanalyze every single thing.
We don't want you to like tear it apart or rip it apart and like give us every detail. Yeah.
We're not looking for that.
No,
we already wrote the book. We're not looking for critique. We're done. Like, we're not going to change anything. Like, it doesn't matter what your opinion is. It's not going to change. So, it's kind of a waste of time, really. Mm-hmm. I mean, unless you just enjoy that, just do that yourself on your blog. But for, like, Amazon, you can leave super short reviews and just be like, I really enjoyed this. And that's all you have to do.
Even if there is something that you're concerned about in your book and feel the need to share, you can put that in there, too. But it doesn't need to be a 10-page essay.
Like content warning. You know, just letting people know if there's something that you feel unsettled about, like, for sure. Because we do that, you know, just like give people a heads up. But yeah, I think we pretty much covered everything.
I do too.
I think you guys can go forth into the big, wide, beautiful world of books, and you can leave reviews with confidence, and you can support your favorite authors because you love them. Because we know you do, and that's the thing. Like, we know that, like, we're so loved by our readers, and we just find it fun to like look at all the little things that we see, like not just on ours but on other authors, that we see happening over and over again because we're friends with a bunch of authors, and it's just always interesting to kind of talk about these things and have an open discussion. So I feel like I'm taking over your channel. I should let you talk.
Thank you so much.
I was gonna be like, it's time to leave a comment. That's your job.
Anyway, thanks so much for watching this video. If you haven't seen part 1, go over to Livy's channel. It was pretty funny, pretty awesome. You won't want to miss it, so go check out that video. And then also in the description below will be my Patreon, Livy's website. So if you do feel a slight inkling or desire to support us in our journeys, that is a way you can do it. Also, make sure you like, subscribe, comment. If you want to see more videos like this, let us know, because we don't know what you guys want to know.
Yes,
want to see.
Let us know if you have questions, what sort of videos you think would be fun, if you enjoy the skits, if you enjoy us just rambling on forever and ever.
Or if you enjoy collaborations. Like, I think that's super fun that we're doing them together. So let us know in the comments, and have an awesome day. God bless. Bye.
Oh, Lord, we just thank you. Okay. Lord, we just thank you so much. Okay, I can do it.
You need me to do this?
Maybe. I'm going to try one more time. But then I'll laugh if you do it. I know I'll laugh, so I'm going to try. Stop. This is not funny. It's really not funny.
You're trying so hard to convince yourself.
I know.